Taking my deep breaths before I make this video because this video is going to be a little bit heavy. Let me say this disclaimer before I make this video. To anyone that watches it, I don't give a fuck if it offends you. I don't give a fuck if you choke. I don't give a fuck if you stroke. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you are sensitive and you are not of an occult, aka scientific mind, then you will get sensitive and you will be offended and you will be angry. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't. So I'm just letting you know your feelings are not important. My personal feelings are not important. Okay? With that out of the way, let me get into what I want to talk about. Panic made a video that was Brother Panic made a video the other day that was very, very interesting to me. And it just, the only way I can describe it, it was pulling shit up out of the root, enlightenment, knowledge, and just bringing truth and balance and healing if necessary. Because that information he dropped in that video, it gives you understanding and it gives you the knowledge as black folks, niggas, whatever you want to call it, to really understand what we are really motherfucking facing. And what we have been taught that we're facing may not be the motherfucking truth. I've said for years that, basically others, meaning white people, they are really irrelevant to me. When it comes to, of course, you get the a little dumb fucker to say stupid shit, but when it comes to people who have tried to destroy me, it has been mainly other black people, men and women, mainly other black men, but women too. And most of these people that have participated in trying to destroy and cause harm to me and to other black people, most of these people were in positions of power or so-called power, or they could be relatives as well. That video he posted was very profound. It was very profound, and it just pointed out some bullshit and the fuckery and how it's on a fucking cosmic motherfucking level. That's the main thing. The point that I'm making is this. Those of us who are conscious, we have been looking at this shit possibly in the wrong motherfucking way. You my brother, you my brother. You my sister, you her sister. You their sister. Because we share the same skin color. But there's a saying, just because we have the same skin don't make us motherfucking kin. You feel what I'm saying? Doesn't make us kin. And that's what we're dealing with. And here's the part that may offend people that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. All black people don't have no motherfucking soul. All black people do not have that divine spark. A lot of these niggas walking around here, they are from that archonic demiurge motherfucking energy. That's what I'm going to call it. They are from, and they are I'm not going to say symbolic. They are representations, or they are physical reanimations or manifestations of that archonic demiurge fucking energy, which that energy feeds off of those of us who are the divine spark, or who do have that divine spark. And that video he posted, it really put things in perspective for me in regards to the experiences I've had here living in DC all of my life, dealing with these niggas in DC most of my life. Now I get it. See, I'm an outcast. And see, most of the people who are outcast, we're the ones who have that divine spark. Those of us who are the outcast, the undesirables, the ones that people look their nose down, such as myself, because I'm a gay black guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that for no pity party or no egotistical reasons. I'm saying that to make a point about how these archons work. So the niggas who are in positions of power, or those who think they're in position of power, let me say that. Those type of niggas, you can also call these archons principalities. They are the principalities. Spiritual wickedness in high fucking places, if you want to call them that as well. And I'm not trying to get biblical, but I'm just trying to put it in layman's terms so people can understand what the fuck I'm really saying. These niggas in these positions or not, that have that archonic energy, these are the aggressive interracialist. The men in particular I'm talking about. Because see, most of my bad experiences have been with other fucking black men. I've had bad experiences with black women too. They're in that archonic, some of them are in that archonic shit too. But the ones I'm mainly talking about I'm talking about my own personal experiences. And the aggressive interracialists who try to force interracial loving, gay or straight, onto people, they're part of that archonic soulless energy. They're part of that. Because see, when you go back to the Gnostic religion, they talk about these archons, this demiurge, whatever you want to call it. Because the archons, if I'm not mistaken, they assist the demiurge, which is the fake god that most of you niggas worship. That deity or that energy, I'm not going to even call it a deity because it's not a deity. It's a low frequency energy that gets its power from our thoughts and our divine spark and our fears and shit like that. That energy, according to the Gnostics, was created, I think, by accident. I forgot where I was going with this. When it came to the Gnostics, there was a point that I was trying to make. It'll come back to me. See, that's how I know that I'm talking, something that's spiritually relevant, because I always lose my train of thought when the spirits start coming through. So the point that I'm making is this. Who the fuck is our real motherfucking enemy? Let me just go into that. We always seem to think that the enemy is the white man. Like I said, they are fucking irrelevant when it comes to that because most of the people, and I'm not trying to disrespect white people, I don't care to do that. That's just not, that's beneath me, because they're not that important to me. I understand who the fuck they are, and that's just that. But when I really sit back and examine who has really been the devil in my life, has been other black men. Just being honest. They have been the devils in my life. Other black men and black women too. They have been the devils. So we have to reevaluate, or not for those who don't choose to, do that, but I'm doing it. We have to reevaluate who the enemy really is. Because what if, and Brother Panic made a very, very, he really hit this on the motherfucking head when he said this. What if the biggest mother, and I'm going to say it in my own words, a great magician never allows you to know what they're fucking doing. A great magician never gets their hands dirty. They always put someone else up. They always put another person up or another group of people up to take the blame for the shit that they're doing behind the motherfucking scenes for real, for real. And what he was saying is that black people never gave up control of this motherfucking planet. That has been the biggest motherfucking magician's trick. I'm saying that. That has been the biggest motherfucking magician's trick. What we're dealing with is principalities, aka archons, who are niggas incarnated in bodies right here on this planet. Right here on this motherfucking planet. And I know that there are black people out there who know what the fuck I'm talking about. The niggas who act like they don't like you, who look their nose down at you, even if they ain't got shit. Because I can tell you right now, most of these niggas in DC, the men and the women who try to act so motherfucking bougie, they don't have shit. They don't really have enough to be acting bougie over. So could it be that white people are just the motherfucking face and just the motherfucking, I guess you can say the excuse? Well, maybe that's the wrong word. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. Maybe white people, let's just stick with the face to keep it simple. Maybe white people are just the face. And behind the scenes, niggas are still running shit. See, we're always thinking it's the white man, it's the white man, it's the white man. Oh, the white man did this. But sometimes you have to really examine what the fuck is really going on. And Panic brought up some really valid motherfucking points. He brought up some really valid shit that really helped me to connect the dots. So get ready. Number one, he talked about a mayor here in DC, a female mayor. He was talking about Sharon Pratt Dixon. She was the mayor in DC right after Marion Barry was embroiled in that scandal with Rashida Moore. Now, what's interesting is that her slogan, for those of us who are old enough to remember, her slogan was clean house. Clean fucking house. That was her slogan. And symbolically, what she was talking about was getting rid of all of the niggas in DC who had that divine spark. And a lot of niggas were being killed and murdered, and they tried to say it was black on black crime, but a lot of that shit was orchestrated by the motherfucking government that she was in charge of. Don't you find it interesting And I'm going to point this out. As far as we have known, I'm talking about in modern history, most of the mayors of DC, most of the mayors of DC have been black. The nation's fucking capital. And we've never, I think we may have had one or two white mayors, but most of the mayors have been black. And see, that makes me think that niggas, as he said, as Panic said in his video, are really the ones running this motherfucking planet behind the scenes and never really gave it up. Really never gave up power, and they used white people as their face. They used white people as the face of their brutality and their hatred for other black people. Because I've been telling you all for the longest time that niggas, even on my old channel, I told you that nigga, and Brother Panic said it himself. So niggas hate other niggas. Black people hate other black people. That is a given, and I especially see that among other black men. But black people in general hate other black people to the motherfucking root. And that is so fucking true. So these motherfucking archons are incarnated in physical fucking bodies, in people like a Sharon Pratt Dixon, in people like a Jesse Jackson, in people like all these other motherfuckers that black people, worship and think that they're so motherfucking good. They hate your mother. They hate us. They hate you. They hate you because you have what they don't have. And that's that divine spark. See, we got to get out of this motherfucking mentality that all skin folk are kinfolk. They are another species and another fucking race. And that explains everything. This is a cosmic attack that we have been going through. Those of us who are the real motherfucking niggas with the real value and the real wealth, and the only wealth that really fucking matters is your fucking soul. That divine fucking spark. That's the only thing that really motherfucking matters. So Sharon Pratt Dixon, back in 1990, she brought the military here to DC, and she did an interview at that time. I don't think it was an interview, but it was an exchange she had with Sister Soldier. And Sister Soldier was digging in her ass about her bringing the military to DC. I remember that. I was a kid when that happened, but I remember that because they put a military spotlight on Kennedy Street where I was raised at. My family house was maybe 5 feet away. It was not even that. It was just like right down the street, not even down the street, 5 feet away from my motherfucking family house. There was a spotlight. It was by the fucking bus stop. It was a military spotlight, and I think there was a military truck there too. And that, when Sharon Pratt Dixon, I keep wanting to call her Sharon Pratt Kelly because she actually ended up getting married. Sharon Pratt Dixon, when she did that, that laid the groundwork for the shit that we're seeing in DC now. See, I'm going to tell you something. Here's another thing, and I'm making a point. Now that I really sit back and I examine it from a spiritual standpoint, I see exactly what happened to Marion Barry. When Marion Barry was set up in that hotel with that woman, Rashida Moore, that was a collective effort. That was done. See, we kept thinking that it was white people that set him up. There wasn't no motherfucking white people that set him up. Those were those fucking archonic niggas that set him up. Those boule, let me say it that way, boule motherfucking niggas, aka archon, bka principality niggas that set up Marion Barry. See, we kept thinking that it was white people. Well, the FBI, they came and arrested him and all that bullshit, but you know they're up under that archonic, boule control as well. So, of course, again, white face, but behind the scenes, it's niggas pulling the motherfucking strings. I'm going to prove to you that it was niggas that did it because, and this all ties into the occult, because these motherfuckers come from these fraternities. They come from these fucking secret society groups. There are black fucking secret societies and spiritual groups, not spiritual groups, but black secret societies that still exist till this day. A lot of these black fraternities and shit like that, where they do have gay sex, but it's not based upon them being gay. It's based upon them trying to get to a certain level in this motherfucking game, whether it be politically, in the sports world, or in the entertainment industry, the music industry, whatever. Marion Barry was set up by niggas. Rashida Moore was just who they used. They used Rashida Moore. And the niggas behind the scene instructed the FBI to do what they did, the boule motherfucking niggas. They didn't like Marion Barry. Let me tell you why these niggas didn't like Marion Barry. And let me tell you why there's never been another. You notice, for people who live in D.C., there's never been another mayor like him. His son, Christopher, probably would have made a wonderful mayor. He would have made a wonderful mayor, but they made sure that they destroyed Marion Barry, and they made sure they destroyed Christopher Barry, and they did that through Cora Masters, who is also fucking boule, because now she's been seen in pictures with Sharon Pratt Dixon, going on vacation with this bitch and everything. So Marion Barry's widow, not Christopher Barry's mother. Christopher Barry's mother was Effie Barry, not her. Cora Masters Barry is not Christopher Barry's mother. Cora Masters Barry, she knew Marion Barry from way back in the day. She knew him long before he married Christopher's mother, Effie Barry, but Marion Barry never married her until he divorced Effie Barry. And see, Cora Masters Barry was always around him. See, this bitch was always around him. She's one of those types of women that tries to fuck up other people's marriage in a subliminal motherfucking way. She's one of those types. And it just sickens me how people love this woman so motherfucking much in DC. It just sickens me. It's fucking sickens me. Because I know who the fuck that bitch really is. Yeah, I said it. But Marion Barry was set up by boule motherfucking niggas, and they tried to use white people as the fucking scapegoat. And let me be clear, I'm not exonerating white people for the horrible shit they have done. But you have to sometimes look beyond that to get to what the real motherfucking tea is. That is what I do. I'm the occult view. So Christopher Barry did an interview maybe back in 2015 when he was running for his father's council seat. And what he said in the video is that in the interview was with I think it was with Armstrong Williams. And what he said in the video, in the interview, I keep saying video. What he said in the interview is that when his father went to court, the people that were turning on his father were men, I'm assuming mainly black men, who Christopher had called godparent or godfather rather, uncle. Men that he really looked up to started turning on Marion Barry. I'm just talking, by the way. I'm just talking. I don't know nothing. I'm just Cia Grant. I don't know shit. So that video Brother Panic did, it really just put everything in perspective. And it helped me to even understand what's going on here in DC. DC is full of boule, motherfucking archonic niggas who hate other black people. and they will do anything. And the black people that they are hating on are the ones who really have that divine fucking spark that they don't fucking have. They don't have it. So what they will do, like they tried to do to me, they will gaslight the black people who do have the divine spark. They will gaslight us and say that we're crazy, that we're no good. They will label us with all types of different, labels. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, to try to create an insecurity in us so we won't be able to see our true power and self-worth. Because they want to feed off, because if they can distract you, and if you're not harnessing your energy, they can distract you and they can feed off of your fucking energy. And that's exactly what they did to me. And that's what they've done to so many people. So many motherfucking people. They did the exact same thing to Christopher Barry as well. And his stepmother, Cora Masters Barry, let me repeat this. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's vital, and it just shows how these boule motherfuckers stick together. You are the widow of Marion Barry, and you're running around taking vacations with Sharon Pratt Dixon, a woman who was the antithesis of everything your husband represented. See, Sharon, Cora, all of them motherfuckers, they were in on setting Marion Barry up, I believe. They were in on setting him up because they're boule. The reason, let me get back to why I said they didn't like Marion Barry. The reason these boule niggas, these archonic niggas didn't like Marion Barry was because Marion Barry was not only a good mayor. I mean, he had his own personal demons or whatever the case may be, just like his son Christopher. They both had their own personal demons, but they were the true motherfucking conscious niggas here in this motherfucking city. They brought a certain amount of consciousness here to DC, and them bitches wanted to shut that motherfucking shit down. So the way they shut it down was by humiliating Marion Barry, humiliating his son, and then ultimately taking them out. Because Christopher Barry was taken out. He was taken out. And there's even some speculation that they took out his father too. But I'm not going to get into that. That's another motherfucking story. Oh, I know a lot of shit, but I'm not going to get into everything. Because see, I get channels from spirits as well. And Marion Barry came to me and showed me some shit. So did Effie Barry. He showed me some motherfucking shit. And that is how I know that his widow, who by the way, he was not even with Cora Masters Barry when he died. They were still married, but they hadn't been together in 14 years. You see. I'm bringing this up because this is all connected to everything that Panic was saying in his video when he was talking about these boule motherfuckers and their hatred for real motherfucking niggas. And their hatred for real niggas who have that divine spark, something that they don't have. They don't have it. They don't have that divine spark. So their goal is to create as many problems and obstacles for those of us who do have it. And then what they'll do is they'll try to use a scapegoat, white people, as their motherfucking scapegoat. Not exonerating white people for the atrocious shit they have done to black people. Not at all. But like I said, sometimes you just have to think outside of your fucking emotions. And you have to think deeper. Who is your real fucking enemy? Sometimes you got to look beyond what you think you know. Because a lot of these niggas walking around here, they don't have no fucking soul. Let me give you another example of them showing us that black people, these archonic principality boule black niggas, they're the ones really running shit behind the fucking scenes. You know, let me say this first. Everybody is always talking about the Jews run Hollywood, right? Well, think about this. Think about this. Aren't the original Jews supposed to be black? We're so busy thinking about, white Jews running Hollywood, and I'm not saying they don't have a hand in it, because they do. But we're so busy thinking about white Jews running Hollywood. Has anybody ever stopped to think that maybe the black original Jews or their descendants are behind the scenes running shit? Has anybody ever stopped to think about that? See, we think we know, but we really don't know. And I've gotten channels, and now these channels I've gotten, at first they weren't making sense, but now they make sense. Now I know why I was seeing certain things in those, or experiencing certain things in those channels that were coming through. These are niggas behind the motherfucking scenes doing shit to make things even more harder for those of us who have that divine spark. Let me give you a prime example. I talk a lot about American Horror Story Season 8 because that season, although it started out good, it became corny. But nevertheless, it was the symbolism that was in it. The, excuse me, the promo, what do they call it? The promo for American Horror Story Season 8? The promo picture for that season was a red baby being held and coddled by some black, devilish looking hands. Now, the baby was red. Red is symbolic of the root chakra. Okay? That is symbolic of the root. Okay? Red is also symbolic of power, passion, and the root chakra is all about when it's out of sync and it's not balanced. It's about greed, corruption, narcissism, and all that other bullshit too. But anyway, although the baby was red, you could still see that the baby was a white baby because it was the Antichrist, and the Antichrist is symbolic of the ego. That is symbolic of the ego, because I was talking to Brother Panic about this, one day, and I was asking him about, the Antichrist, because I thought that was the rise of Cthulhu. But no, the Antichrist is symbolic of the ego. And I understand that now, because it's the antithesis of the Christ energy. When you look at the symbolism of that promo picture for American Horror Story Season 8, I encourage people to Google American Horror Story Season 8, and you will see the promo, black hands coddling a white baby, which was the Antichrist, which is symbolic of the ego. And the ego is what the demiurge really and truthfully, the demiurge is kind of, how can I put this? Because I wrote about this in my book that I'm going to publish. Let me just say that. Yeah, I got some shit coming out. I was talking about how the demiurge, I don't remember, but the demiurge and the ego are linked in a sense. So this picture, this promo picture of American Horror Story Season 8, the apocalypse, and the apocalypse is the war between your subconscious mind and your fucking ego. But when you look at that fucking picture, you see those black hands coddling that white baby. And to me, now that I know what I know, that's telling me that, or symbolically, it's not just telling me, it's telling people, but people are too dumb to pick it up. But it's telling people that niggas are still in control behind the scenes, but they're putting up white people as the face of brutality, as the face of all of these different things that niggas have had to go through here on this planet, all of the atrocities and trauma that niggas have had to go through. It's beyond just, self-hate, or it's beyond just Oh, niggas just don't like other niggas. This is a cosmic motherfucking thing that was designed and created by these motherfucking archons, and they're walking among us. Like I said, they're your Jesse Jacksons, your Sharon Pratt Dixons, your motherfucking Cora Masters Barry. All of these boule, your Bill Cosbys, all of these boule motherfuckers. All of these boule motherfuckers who truthfully hate other black people. Bill Cosby hates other black people. I don't give a fuck what none of you motherfucking niggas say out there. You can get mad, you can choke on that motherfucking shit. That motherfucker hates other black people. That's why when he was going through all that bullshit with them women, you know what? I don't feel not 1 ounce of sympathy for that motherfucking nigga. I don't give a fuck who gets mad. I don't give a fuck who gets glad. I'm an occultist. So truthfully, my emotions ain't got nothing to do with it, but I'm just giving my point of view when it comes to that. And see, he set that motherfucking karma up for himself. See, his handlers, when we talk about people having handlers, those motherfuckers got niggas as their handlers because niggas are running shit behind the scenes. But we're so dumbed down and we're up under so much mind control, we've never stopped to really think or put the pieces of the puzzle together to see or to think. See, and I'm going to tell you something else. I was looking at this other show years ago, and this white man was looking for the Ark of the Covenant. That ark that supposedly, houses the sacred 10 commandments of the Bible and all that bullshit, which the covenant is something totally different than what they tell us. It has nothing to do with that other stuff that they're talking about. But anyway, nevertheless, this white man was looking for it. It was on A&E, I think, or the Discovery. It was on one of those channels because I like looking at shit like that. So nice little white man was looking for the Ark of the Covenant. He was looking for the Ark of the Covenant everywhere. But this is the thing. Everywhere that man went on this planet, everywhere he went to try to find the Ark of the Covenant, guess what? He had to get past niggas who were guardians guarding sacred information or ancient information. He couldn't get past. He couldn't get in. So that right there, and then see, back then I wasn't as conscious as I am now. I was conscious, but not like I am now. But that right there tells you that white people ain't really running shit. That's all in our fucking head. Yeah, we see them running shit, and yeah, they have a hand in a lot of shit too. I'm not taking that away. But when you really sit back and examine the symbolism, and you really sit back and you examine niggas in general, like how niggas hate each other, number one. And when you really sit back and you really listen to what Panic was saying, that shit makes a lot of motherfucking sense. It makes a lot of motherfucking sense. What if niggas never gave up control of this planet? And like he was saying in the video, we say that white people come from caves and shit like that. So you mean to tell me just poof, out of nowhere they're in power? They were created in labs by Yaqub or the tribe of Yaqub or whoever the fuck they are. And see, Yaqub, he was the first self-hating motherfucking black man. He hated himself. So therefore, he hated other black people. He wanted to create a different species to rule over the black people who had the divine fucking spark. He wanted to create a race of people that would rule over black people. No, I'm going to say a species of people who would rule over black people who had that divine spark, because he hated us for that. So who the fuck is our real enemy? Who the fuck is the real motherfucking enemy? You feel what I'm saying? And listen, this ain't no kumbaya moment, but I'm just saying, I'm just talking some real motherfucking shit that got me to thinking, and it started connecting the fucking dots about everything that I thought I knew. See, we always think we know something, But then sometimes you got to sit back and examine what the fuck do we really know? And it makes perfect motherfucking sense. It makes perfect motherfucking sense. Let's go into another topic. Now remember, I talked about J.L. King. He was that nigga that wrote that book on the DL. And after looking at Panic's video, I went back and I did some research on Mr. J.L. King and the book that he wrote, that he promoted on Oprah Winfrey's show. Yeah, her too. She's an archonic, a boule motherfucker too. Her too. She's the queen of fucking agents. Oprah Winfrey, yeah, her too. When I went back and examined J.L. King, I went on Wikipedia just to look up some information. The name of his book was Life on the DL and the Journey or something. What was the name of that fucking book? Let me go and let me go look it up right quick. Because I want people to know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Okay, here it is. This is the book that he published back in the early 2000s. And you can tell that this book was an attack on straight heterosexual black men. And the name of the book is called On the Down Low, A Journey into the Lives of Straight Black Men Who Sleep with Men. Let me say that again. He's another boule archonic motherfucker. And this book was an attack on straight black men and straight black women as well. This book was a definite attack. And I'm saying that as a gay person. On the Down Low, A Journey into the Lives of Straight Black Men Who Sleep with Men. That book right there is a paradox. It doesn't make fucking sense because straight black men don't sleep with other men. Let me say that again. Straight black men don't sleep with other men. And this ain't about no motherfucking, a pom-pom rally trying to get people to, no. I'm just stating fucking facts. I don't need no motherfucking accolades. I'm just stating motherfucking facts because this is what I do. I'm the occult view. And I see what they were trying to do. And you have yet again another motherfucking black person, another black person who's trying to cause harm to another motherfucking group of black people. That book right there, the title alone is a fucking attack. And that entire book was an attack on the subconscious mind of straight black men and the black community as well, especially the straight black community. See, I stay in my own motherfucking phylum. I stay in my own fucking lane. And see, like I said, let me say it again. Most black men are straight, but they wanted to paint this narrative that most black straight men are on the DL. That's a paradox in and of itself because straight men don't sleep with other men. But they promoted that bullshit on Oprah because they knew black women would eat that shit up. They knew that black women, in the state of mind that black women are in, they knew that black women would believe that fucking shit. When the fact of the matter is that most black men are straight. If they weren't, my love life would be a lot better, honey. It would be. But they paint this narrative that most black men are gay or on the DL. And here we have it yet again, another black person who created this motherfucking shit to cause harm. Another boule archonic principality motherfucker. Because you can't tell me he ain't part of the black motherfucking boule. J.L. King. He went on to Oprah's show and did what he did to destroy the relationships between black men and black women, and it worked. And he had Oprah's help to do it. because she's been doing it for years, because that is what she's designed to do. And I don't give a fuck about none of you motherfuckers that like no motherfucking Oprah. Okay? So don't hit me up with none of that stupid ass bullshit, because you will get cussed the motherfucker out and get your fucking feelings hurt. I don't care nothing about that shit. I'm stating motherfucking truth and facts, because at the end of the day, Oprah don't like other black people either. For real, for real. She don't like other black people either. Yeah, she opened up some fucking school in South Africa or something like that. But what has she really done for excuse me, for black people over here? What has she done? What has she really done? Them motherfuckers hate other black people. Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Cosby. They don't like other black people. I even heard someone say, who told me this? Was it my mother? I think it was my mother that told me that she had heard something about that Bill Cosby didn't even like renting his properties to black people because he said some racist, stereotypical shit about black people. These niggas, the bottom line is this. This is the point that I'm making. There are niggas out there who ain't real niggas and they ain't got no motherfucking soul. All black people don't have no motherfucking soul. And that video that Panic did, that solidified that for me. And not only did it solidify it, it just puts things in a perspective where it takes out the emotion. Because, you know, for many years, I was like, well, damn, why black people act like that towards other black people? Why we treat each other like that? Or why we hate each other like that? And now that I understand that it's a cosmic thing, that puts things in a broader perspective. This is a cosmic thing. So there's nothing that you can do about it. There's no cookout that you can have that can heal it. There's no economic plan that you can create that's going to seal it or heal it. This is a cosmic motherfucking thing. There's no food you can eat that can heal it. You can eat all the kale and the watercress, all the fuck you want. That ain't gonna do no motherfucking good. This is a cosmic motherfucking thing. And the only way to really free yourself from this matrix that was created by these motherfucking archonic boule motherfucking niggas, the only way to free yourself is to free your motherfucking mind. That's the only way. Free your mind and know who the fuck you are. And you do that through your meditations. You do that through communicating with your subconscious mind and knowing thyself. And fuck everybody else. That's how you do that. Freeing your heart of any baggage that you may have. You feel what I'm saying? Not necessarily giving your enemies a pass, but just taking the power away from them and knowing that this shit is nothing but a fucking illusion that was created by that fucking demiurge, archonic motherfucker, whoever he is, or she is, whatever. It's a he though. That's masculine motherfucking energy. Let me just say that. That's the only way you're going to be able to free yourself. But I just had to come through and post this video because that really, you know, and I may come back through and make another video about this as well, if I feel like it. All black people don't have souls, and all black people don't have that divine spark. We ain't all kinfolk. We just may be skin folk, but we ain't all kinfolk. And that's the motherfucking truth. That's all I got to say for now.